microphone here. Here we go. Everybody will grab your seat. We're going to go ahead and get the show on the road. I'm sure these guys are itching to get back to class. All right, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the 2022 Recycle Saline Salt Bowl Coaches and Players Press Conference. You can clap for that. We want to thank First Security Bank. Everybody in First Security Bank, raise your hand over here. Thank you for the food today. When dinner's ready. We've got Tiffany Dunn and Sue Gaston from Recycle Saline, so please raise your hand there. They've done this since our first press conference, so we're very grateful to Recycle Saline. They got a new office, and it is Sue's birthday. Happy birthday. Before we get into talking about football, we're going to give thanks for the lunch that you just had. I'm about to grab. So I'm honored to have with us today State Senator Kim Hammer, who's going to come up and bless our food.
Would you join me in prayer, please? Father God, we come before you. We are indeed thankful that we can have the privilege of assembling publicly. Father, just to be able to talk about you and talk about the spirit of community and the strength of community. And Father, we just thank you for those that are securing our freedoms both abroad and here at home, and we pray your blessings upon them and their families. We thank you for these two teams that are represented here today and for their staff and for the parents, for the schools. We thank you for our community, Father, and the spirit that lives within this community, and we just pray, Lord, that you would just continue to bless us. We pray for the game, that you would just bless with safety in the stands, in the parking lot, on the field, and each and every place that people may be coming from, that safety would be granted. We're above all thankful for the food that has been provided today, and we ask your blessing upon it. And we just thank you, Lord, for being able to be privileged to be called citizens of Saline County. And we ask these things in your name. And all God's people said, amen.
Thank you, Senator. Remember, I'm first up on the agenda at 1:30 if I'm not there in time. Cover for me. He's going to cover for me. Thank you, Senator. Appreciate that very much. All right, I wanted a couple of thank yous and run through a few things before we get to the coaches and players. Thank you to our Vice Chancellor, Scott Kudenkooler, the Saline County Career and Technical Campus, for getting everything set up here today. We also have with us the Chancellor of ASU Three Rivers, Dr. Steve Rook, back there in the back. I know Representative Keith Brooks, Mayor Tom Farmer, Mayor Alan Scott, Councilwoman Rhonda Sanders, Councilman Steve Lee from Benton are here. Did I miss any other elected officials? That's dangerous when I start trying to do that, so give them a round. Thank you all. Who did I miss, Tom? I want to thank the Benton Bryant Chamber. There are so many things that Gary and Jason and Amy and Melinda and Anna and everybody on the team, Miss Beatty at the Benton Bryant Chamber do for us to pull off the Salt Bowl. We are grateful to you guys for all you do, for helping us get everybody here today, for the booths that are going to be out at the tailgate party. So thank you to the Benton Bryant Chamber for all you do for us for the Salt Bowl. This is the second year of the Saline County Career and Technical Campus. Exciting. The number will change between now and probably 10 more days. But last year there were 403 students here from the 6 school districts. Dr. Anderson is here, the superintendent of Benton. There are now 630 who showed up today to attend the technical programs here at the Saline County Career and Technical Center. So we're very excited about that. This is the first event of Salt Bowl week. Tonight is the pep rally. So if you're from Benton, your pep rally will be at Everett Infinity. If you're from Bryant, your pep rally will be at Everett Buick GMC. I don't know what's going to happen between the interstate, what might occur in the air, on the ground, who knows. I've heard lots of wild rumors. Been a lot of backdoor meetings going on about this pep rally tonight, so I'm a little bit nervous. But come out tonight. I think you're going to have a great time. There's going to be, I think, food trucks and things to eat and drink. And so Everett Infinity, Everett Buick GMC, around 6-ish, I think is what they're saying. Pep rally will probably start around 6:30. Tickets and T-shirts are still on sale at Big Red, all Saline County Big Red locations. Up until game day, you can buy a ticket at the gate for $15, but if you go to Big Red this week, you get your ticket and your T-shirt for $15. You can also buy a $2 jar of peanut butter. Yes, inflation has hit. It was $1 last year. Same thing on a T-shirt. But you can buy a $2 jar of peanut butter, put it in the little bucket they've got there at a Big Red. That goes for the Salt Bowl Skippy peanut butter drive for the Arkansas Food Bank that benefits all the Saline County food pantries. And then at the game, we will actually kick off the peanut butter drive at the schools. And each school in Benton or Bryant is going to be paired with a food pantry here in Saline County. And so the schools will keep part of the peanut butter and the food pantries will get the other part of the peanut butter. But they will be paired up so that they have a greater understanding of the importance of hunger in our community. So thank you to the Arkansas Food Bank for being a part of that. If you've got clothes or household items you need to get rid of this week, you still got time to take it by Goodwill. We had the Salt Bowl donation drive competition going through Friday. You can go to the Benton Goodwill store if you're a Panther fan, or the Bryant Goodwill store if you're a Hornet fan, and drop off your donation. We'll collect those on Friday, and we'll award a prize on Saturday at the game. Tailgate party on Saturday starts at 4 o'clock on the east side of War Memorial Stadium. We'll have about 80 vendors between sponsors and other vendors that are going to be set up out on the east side of War Memorial Stadium, which includes, if you didn't see it yesterday, thanks to McFarland Eye Care, we're going to have Will McIntyre, pitcher, I can say it, I can't post it legally, pitcher for the Arkansas Razorbacks, who won a game in the College World Series. Will McIntyre and Austin Ledbetter are going to be out at the McFarland Eye Care tent signing autographs. So go by and see them and get an autograph. We will also, if you don't follow us on social media, we have a Salt Bowl page on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We've got it all. For the first time ever in this game, thanks to Jones Heating and Air and Troy Mitchell, you're going to be able to follow the StatCast. We'll have a StatCast. You'll be able to click on a link if you go to our social media page. You'll be able to click on that link the day during the game, and you can look at live stats of the game as it is going on. So make sure you do that on Saturday night. If you're unable to attend the game, right after this event is over, our friends at M&M Productions, Matt and Mason, who are doing this right now. We're on Zoom. We've got some media members who are watching. We're Facebook Live on the Salt Bowl page showing this press conference. At 1 o'clock, it will go live. If you want to do pay-per-view, you can pay-per-view the ball game in the comfort of your own home and whatever you want to wear. That's up to you. For the media guys that are here today, thank you all for being here. You'll be up on the third floor on Saturday night. There are media T-shirts back here in the box, and make sure you get those, or back there by Mason. Make sure you get that before you leave. But for those who will be working during the game for the media, Chewy's, one of our great sponsors, Chewy's will be providing the food for the media floor. So I know you'll all show up now. The pregame show begins at 6:30. You'll definitely want to be in your seats for that. We'll have a swearing in with the Arkansas National Guard. Going to be a special ceremony. We have alum from Benton and alum from Bryant that will be recognized who have received scholarships from the Arkansas National Guard, and there will be a flyover before or after the national anthem. Game will kick off at 7 o'clock. So I think that's it. Leave off anything, Coach? Okay, Coach Nethery, did I leave anything off? You want to come up and say anything? I know that answer. All right, so now that's done. I'm going to exit stage left and turn it over to the people you really came to see today, and that's our coaches and players. This is a special event for us because it does give these players a chance to be in front of a crowd, and our hope is to grow this. You know, because of the pandemic, we haven't been able to have a luncheon. Our hope is to make this bigger and better each and every year, maybe bring in a speaker, a coach, or a retired coach, or somebody that might come in and motivate these guys a little bit. So Our hope is to continue to grow this, so thank you to First Security for signing on as the sponsor this year to pay for the lunch, and always to Recycle Saline for all they do. Benton's going to go first today, so I'm going to turn it over to Coach Brad Harris. He's got 4 players with him today. 2 of them are going to speak. All of them are going to be available, media guys, to you after this is over. We have Jake Jones, who is a senior middle linebacker, and Donovan Pearson, who is a senior receiver. We also have with us today junior Braylon Russell, who's a running back for the Panthers. Did I do that? Okay. And Walker Davis, a left tackle on the offensive line. Braylon is a Arkansas Razorback commit. Walker is an Arkansas State commit. So we're excited to have those guys here today. Any of you guys committed anything yet? I need to write that down. You going to commit today? I'll make a few coaches happy. All right, so I'm going to turn it over to Coach. When we get to Bryant, we have Traylon Russ, who's a senior linebacker, Tyler Moss, a senior defensive lineman, Lawson Hutchins, an offensive lineman, and Avery Gilmore, a defensive lineman, all seniors who are here for the Hornets. These 2 guys are going to speak along with Coach Buck James. So, Coach Harris, it's all yours.
I'll lower this mic just a little bit, Shane, just a little taller. Thank you for having us again, and what an event. We say this every year, the Salt Bowl is not just about football. It's about 2 communities coming together and showing a lot of pride in our community, okay? I think every week out of the year, these guys, they talk and hang out a little bit. But they may not be best friends, but they're friends. And there's 1 week out of the year they don't do a whole lot of that. But what a great event. So excited to have it out here at Saline County Career Center again. 2018, we had it at the Benton Event Center, and I think there was probably, Shane, 300 or 400 people there. It was an awesome atmosphere. Then the pandemic kind of got us. But it's nice to see people back in the audience again, not behind masks, and we're moving on. And it's been exciting for us to get football going back into that trend also. But you're here to hear me talk about a little bit of football, so I'll go ahead and get going. 2022 Benton Panthers, extremely excited about the upcoming year. Last year we feel like we had a really good year last year. We start off with Bryant every year in this game, and unfortunately, the last few years we haven't made it a great ball game. But we've also had very successful seasons after this. And we tell our guys this is just a kickoff to the season, and we always know where we stand coming out of this game. We always know what things we need to work on because Coach James and his guys, they get us ready. They show us our weaknesses immediately, and it helps us. And hopefully this year we make it a lot more competitive ball game. We feel like we have a chance to do that, hopefully. And our guys have been working extremely hard since last season. After we got beaten in the Salt Bowl last year, we went 9 wins. We got a first-round playoff bye, and as a coach, Coach James may echo this, he may not, but I don't like the bye week, man. We took off a week, and we thought it would be good for us to get healthy and everything. We really didn't get any more healthy than we was coming out of week 10, and we didn't play well after the bye week, and we got upset by a really good Marion team and, kind of kicked our toe there. But these guys that are back with us, they remember that feeling, and they know what it's about now. We hope that this is a great start of 2022 for us. And, our end goal every year is to win the conference and to compete for a 6A state championship. And that goal will never change at Benton as long as I'm here. Last year we were the 6A West Conference champions. And we like I said, we took the early out, I guess I should say. But these guys remember that. We've had a tremendous offseason. We really pride ourselves in the weight room and the conditioning program that we put our guys through, just like Coach James does at Bryant. And, we compete in our state weight meets and do real well with that. And our guys did that again this year. We had a lot of growth in our program this year with size and speed. We had offensive linemen last year that were playing at 235, 40 pounds that are now 265 pounds. And that's going to help us Saturday play against Bryant. We're going to match up a little bit more size-wise than what we have the previous couple of years. Okay, that don't mean we're going to get in there and dominate them, but it does help us match up against their big guys. They have been so dominant the last few years up front. So, our guys have put a lot of work in, and we're really excited about the upcoming season. We've had an awesome summer workout summer program for the first time since really the pandemic. We've got to go back to 7-on-7 and team camps to normal, so I think that's big. One of the biggest things I think is this year is the locker rooms back to normal. There's a lot of bonding and a lot of chemistry built with a football team whenever you're not have to dress in shifts and things like that. So the guys have had a tremendous offseason, and we are extremely excited about the upcoming season and the challenges that we face this week. We're playing a team that's a 4-time defending 7A state champ that's never been done in the state of Arkansas. And I know Coach James's goal is to win 5 in a row, and I know he'll have those guys ready. And I know we're going to have to play extremely well to be in this ball game, but that's what you get into this business for. That's what coaching's about. It's about getting in there and rolling your sleeves up and working hard. Even though it may be an uphill challenge, you're going to go bat and you're going to go to war with your guys and have a great night. And we're extremely excited about it. We do return a lot of guys from our team last year. Up front, we returned 3 offensive linemen that played for us, one of them being Walker Davis, who started for us since he was a sophomore. He started at left guard as a sophomore. And then the last 2 years, he'll be our left tackle. We return our left guard and our center. The difference is both of those guys I mentioned, one of them was 220 last year, one of them he's 245 now. The other one was 235, and now he's 265. So we've added some strength in there. And then we've got some good young guys that are going to fill in those other 2 spots that were rotation guys. We've got 2 receivers returning back on our offense this year, and Donovan Pearson, who played our slot receiver last year. He was our second leading receiver on the team last year behind Cameron Harris, who is now at ASU playing. And then we also have our tight end H-back, Drake Womack, back on offense. Defensively, we've got Jake Jones, our starting middle linebacker, back for his 3rd year to be a starter for us at middle linebacker. Jake is our guy. He's our captain of our defense. He gets everything going. He plays with a lot of intensity. If you follow Benton baseball, you've probably seen him on the mound. And he attacks the mound just like he does running backs. He's very aggressive, and we love how he pushes our defense every day in practice. We've got a couple of defensive linemen back in Peyton McNeely, a junior, and Hunter Goodwin, a senior. And then in the secondary, we have Chris Bernard and Pervarius Perkins back. So we don't have quite as much back on the back end of our defense. We're going to play some young guys, but I like our young guys, and they're going to play hard for us, and I know that. We push them every day in practice to that point, and we're excited about where we're at. We had our scrimmage game Friday night at Little Rock Christian. Was not happy with the outcome of that or where we were at. But sometimes early in the season, it's good to see a lot of mistakes, and that way you can show and learn from them. So, the challenge this week is huge for us, but we are extremely excited about kicking this season off. And, again, just the Salt Bowl is awesome. We appreciate you guys coming out and supporting this event, from the pep rallies to this event and the tailgate parties and the game and everything. It's just an awesome environment. There's no other town or 2 towns that get to play in an environment like this. This is my, I think, 25th year to coach, and it is by far the best event that you can coach in. I promise you that, okay? I'm going to shut up now and let these 2 guys talk just a few minutes. I'm going to let Donovan Pearson start it off, and like I said, Donovan is our senior receiver, and he was our second leading receiver last year. So Donovan Pearson.
I'm not going to be able to top what he just said, but, this week is – my apologies, but it's probably my favorite week out of the whole year because, I like going against Bryant. I grew up in Bryant. I went to school for Bryant from 2nd grade to about 5th grade before I moved to Little Rock, then coming to Benton, and probably that was a great change. I made a lot of good friends in Benton, so it's just amazing being here now. The Salt Bowl is probably a great experience to be able to play for Benton community and be able to play with my brother beside me. And, we got a good football team. They got a good football team. So it'll be a dogfight from the kickoff to the end of the buzzer. So, I think y'all should just come out and just watch a great football game. And now I'll give it over to my brother, Jake Jones.
How are y'all? Good. So every year for us football players, softball is kind of like Christmas for us, you know. Work all year, and, you know, that Saturday, you know, everybody's ready to go. And remember as a kid, my dad used to be a former coach here, and I just remember the softball, you know, I'd be able to be on the field, and I just remember seeing that crowd, and I was like, man, I can't wait till that day, you know. Then I get to put on the pads, you know. Now senior year's here, and I'm just blessed to be in this position.
Before Coach James comes up, Matt, can you zoom in on the camera? Show him your picture. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. That's a picture of Jake when he is, how old are you? 5 or 6. Softball. When the future Panthers run out. What'd I do? Was that me? Okay. Anyway, that's a picture of Jake. When he was 5 or 6 years old. One of the great things we do is we have the future Panthers and future Hornets run out onto the field before the game. They get to form the tunnel. That's a picture of him when he was 5 or 6 years old at the Salt Bowl. So that's pretty cool. And that's when he showed me that was another reminder. When we get into the throes of all this, that's why we do this. Is making a memory for these guys that they're never going to forget. They're going to tell their kids and their grandkids they got to play in the biggest stadium in Little Rock and on the grandest stage in high school football, and that's what it's all about. That's why Tom Baxley's going to MC the pep rally for Benton tonight. It's a big deal, and so we just appreciate you sharing that. That makes it all worthwhile. Coach James, it's all yours.
Well, this is awesome. I really I was telling the guys on the way up, I said, there's only been about 4 to 6 people here the last couple of years. And I said, but before that, there was, 50 to 100 people. And Traylon said, I hope there's not that many people here today. and this is great. This is awesome. I thought the guys from Benton did a great job. And, this is a wonderful opportunity. Our kids start getting ready for this in January. This is something to look forward to. They say, well, what's the Salt Bowl bring to your season? Well, what it does, it gives you preparation. Every one of you had hot dogs and you enjoyed your hot dog, right? But how many of you want to see how it's made? That's what football is. We as football coaches sometimes we have to make hot dogs, and we have to make sure that the kids understand what it takes to be a champion. And we all enjoy the fruits of being a champion, but we don't always enjoy what it takes to be a champion. And Shane mentioned it in the introductory, but nowadays there is so much focus, there is so much social media, there is so much other opportunities. When I first started coaching, it was a truck and a girlfriend. It was the only obstacle that you had, and we found out that one of them was undefeated. And it was an opportunity for a guy to do something else. And now there's 10,000 things a kid can do, much less go out there and practice every day and do the things it takes to become a football player and to become a champion. And I think that's what we're talking about here in Saline County. Benton has a great program. They have been one of the top football programs in 6A since I've been here at Bryant. And, the thing is we've been fortunate. We've had some good players. You can tell by looking at me that we're not very well coached, and we got guys that have to overcome a lot with their abilities to be able to overcome what we do as coaches. The good thing I do is I have really good coaches. My assistant coaches are probably the best. We've had 2 Broyles Award winners in the last 3 years. Coach Bach won it 2 years ago, and that's for the outstanding coach, and that's voted by our peers, and that's a tremendous honor. It's a nationwide event. And then last year, our defensive coordinator, Quad Sanders, won the award. So really, the thing that I've been able to do is I've been able to hire good coaches, and that's the key to it. You got to have great players, and you got to have great coaches, and that's what our kids have been able to do. Is we've had success. We've won 42 games in a row. in the state of Arkansas. We've won 50 of our last 52 games. We're spoiled rotten. You know, I mean, it's hard. It's as hard to win as it is to lose. And to be able to overcome that and know that you're going to get everybody's best shot, regardless of what their season is or anything, they're going to dump water on the coach's head if they beat the Bryant Hornets. And that is something that we have to do. And we know we're going to get their best shot. And we expect their best shot. And I think that's what you want. You want to compete. This year we're playing the toughest schedule in the Bryant history of football. We're playing, we start out with the Benton Panthers, then we're going down to Shreveport, Louisiana, and playing in Independence Bowl and playing Denton Ryan. Denton Ryan has been in the top 5 in Texas the last 7 years. And they got a great program. They played Longview last year, who was a really good football team, beat them 49-7 in the Kickoff Classic. And they have 6 guys in the top 100 on the ESPN recruiting list. We're going to see some good football. Then we're going to play the Parkview Patriots, who is loaded with talent. And, you know, nobody wants to play them, and so we get a chance to play them. Then we finish up in our conference schedule, and it's no cupcake. And you know, when you play North Little Rock, Cabot, Conway, and those type of schools, you have to be ready. And that's the end of our schedule. And so our kids have to be prepared. We have to work many countless hours when nobody else watches, nobody else is being involved, and they have to do these things in the dark by themselves as a team and then come out there and showcase it. And we get to do that probably in front of 30,000+ people. I don't know how many high school kids get that opportunity, but I've been coaching, I know it looks like about 10 years, but I've been coaching 35 years. I actually coached Traylon's dad in 1987 and 88. And I was telling him on the way up here, his dad is probably one of the top 3 athletes I've ever coached in high school. And so that's saying something. But I brought 4 young men that aren't big-time college football players. They're not. But what they are is they're big-time high school kids. They're good students. They're good teammates. They're good sons. They come from good families. And they represent our program in the utmost way every single day. Traylon Russ is the guy that blocked the field goal last year in the state championship game that really turned the ball game for us. I mean, and he made, you know, and the thing about it is he had a chance to block the first 2, and he came over to the sideline. He said, "Coach, they're not closing the gap. I can block it if you want me to." I had to call a timeout and get me off the ground. And you know what he did? He blocked it. Blocked it with his chest. I mean, he was there before the ball got on the tee. And, you know, it turned the ball game. Tyler Mosley's been really a 3-year starter for us at defensive line. He plays in, he plays inside, he plays outside. He's one of the smartest kids on our team. He's been offered by Hendricks. Tells you a lot right there. But you never have to say a word to him. He had a little problem when he was sophomore trying to figure out what this was about, but in the conditioning part of it. But, man, he has been a leader for us every single day, never misses practice, and does the things the right way. Never misses anything. Ivory Gilmore. Ivory is a guy that separated the quarterback from the ball late in the state championship game to seal the victory. And what Ivory could have done is the play went like 2 different sides of the field, and he was there, and he missed it. He came back and came all the way back around, missed it, came back around, and the quarterback came back to him. He never saw him, and he hit him, and the ball came this light. He never quit on the play. And it will go down as one of the top plays ever in the history of Bryan High School. And nobody ever knows what the effort was. Everybody just thought he was there. He had to work the entire play to get to the ball to be able to dislodge it from the quarterback, and that was the difference in the game. He could have quit the first time he missed him, but he stayed with the play, and he kept playing hard. And I'm telling you, they were wore out, and they gave everything they got to be able to do that. Lawson Hutchins, he's probably our biggest player, but he's got the best heart. And he's a guy that is going to do a great job for us. You know, he's big enough to be a college football player. He's got a lot of college interest, but he's a guy that can move at tackle as well as he can at guard. And he's a good teammate for our team, and he does a lot of things on and off the field that makes us a better group of people. And I'm very proud of these 4 guys, and I've got a lot more at home. that wasn't able to come. You know, the thing that I want to make sure that I mention is that we have some good parents. And I'm telling you right now, if you think I'm lying, it is hard to play football at Bryant High School. It ain't easy. It's not easy being a champion. And I tell you, those people let us coach their kids. Not one time in the last 4 years have I had a parent come up here and say, Coach, you're working my kid too hard. Matter of fact, their mama's going to say, Coach, you got to kill him. Or get him 1 inch from killing him. You know, I want you to make him the best he can, because you parents, they want to get out there and beat on their chest. They want to get out there and be proud of their son. And they want them to play hard, and they want them to do the best they can. It's not about winning and losing. It's about how you compete. It's about how you are when you walk off that field. Are you able to look at your opponent and respect your opponent for giving the best effort that they can give? And that's what our guys have had to do. It was hard to walk off that field at Longview. They were a good football team. And I'm telling you, it changed our season. You know, Coach Harris mentioned it. Sometimes a loss makes you better. You know, it ain't what you got, it's what you don't have. And our guys have to understand that. This is precious. There's not many football players that ever got to go through what they're getting to go through. Nobody, but it's rented. The guys before them is the ones invested in it. Those are the guys that made it happen. There was a group of guys when we played a JV game last night against North Little Rock, and we did the same thing 5 years ago or 6 years ago, and I'm telling you, they beat us the inch of our life. I mean, it was bad. And they said, do you want to run the clock? And I said, absolutely not. I said, we're going to play football. Well, last night, North Little Rock wanted to run the clock. And our guys understand what it takes. They understand what it gets hit and knocked on the ground. They understand the pressures and stuff that it takes to be able to get off the ground. And we work on that. We work on that daily, to be honest with you. We work off getting off the ground every day. And it's that reason. You can get knocked down, but you got to get yourself back up. You got to be able to understand and never underestimate your opponent. You've got to be able to study your opponent. You got to be able to want to compete against your opponent. And then you got to be able to do it for 4 quarters. And you're going to lose plays. You're going to lose plays in front of 36,000 people. You're going to get your tail beat. But it's that guy that keeps going. It's that guy that keeps working. It's that guy that keeps on keeping on. Those are the guys that are going to beat winners for you. And I think that's why we've been able to do this. How many high schools get to do this right here in the United States? This is a heck of an opportunity, and to be able to play in the Salt Bowl and see that thing blue and maroon, it's an awesome feeling. I mean, I've been doing this a long time, and I still get chill bumps. It's still exciting. It's what fuels the fire. It's why you want to coach. It's why you want to play. It's why you want to live in this community. You know, that Saline County's got to be the best community in the state of Arkansas. There's not anybody else doing what we do. Not in everything that we do, not in all our schools, not in all our sports, not in all of our sidewalks, our garbage pickup, our water. I mean, you look at it, everybody's trying to do the best they can every single day. And they get in that traffic, and you got to be able to love living in Saline County just to get through it. You got old boy from South Arkansas don't even have a clue what that traffic's about. You know, I got mad because there was a stoplight in there, and it stopped me every single time I went through it. You want a stoplight here. And so, you know, so the traffic will flow. But it's a pleasure. I'm blessed to be able to be a part of this. I think this is what it should be about. I wish we could do this when we play North Little Rock and when we play Cabot and Conway too. But I think that would be a heck of an opportunity as well. But this is what high school football is supposed to be about. This is the epitome of it. And you know, you come in here and you spending your money and you promoting our community and our football programs, man, you can't ask for more. Can't ask for more. I mean, we're blessed, both programs, both coaching staffs, both communities. And I think that's something that we all can be proud of. It's something that we all can take away from. And we can be fierce competitors 1 week a year, and then we're going to support them and cheer for them because we want them to beat everybody they play, because that's good for us too. And we get the best programs that we can get. And that's all we can ask for living in Saline County. At the end of the day, it's just a job, and at the end of the day, it's kids playing a game. And that's what we want. We want guys to want to be able to play this game. We want them to be able to not go get that truck or not go get that girlfriend or go throw that ball or go wrestle in that mat and come and do this too and be a part of it and have 3-sport athletes again. Have guys that want to get in the backyard and play ball and guys who want play out in the street and stuff like that. Have it like it used to be. I mean, now we can't even get in the back of the truck and go get ice cream. You know, it's a whole different world, and we need our kids in sports, and we need them around football coaches. Sometimes we have them more than everybody else does. You know, we're around our kids 3 to 4 hours a day. How many hours are you around your kid a day? There's a lot of influence going on. There's a lot of camaraderie going on. There's a lot of things that are good that are going on that these kids get to learn and get to be a part of, physically and mentally. And I want to say that I appreciate you guys coming. I appreciate the support that you give our programs. And go Hornets.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for allowing us to come out here and talking for my team, and I'd like to thank Coach James for allowing us also. Softball means a lot to me because I think my first year here was 2017, and I went to the softball game, and I was with my sister, and basically I just liked the team. I liked everybody there. It was fun, a lot of energy, and everybody was just happy. It was fun. And I like softball. It means a lot to the community in Bryant and it brings everybody together. And I know that we've been working, they've been working, everybody been working, and I just know that we've been sharpening each other. We've been working, and I would like to say that's it and pass it on to Moss.
Good afternoon. First off, I'd like to thank Coach James for letting me allow me to speak on behalf of our football team. This game is very important to us, football team, and for our community. It means a lot to us, and I really hope we don't disappoint y'all. And Saturday is going to be a night, a lot of action, a lot of hard hitting, a lot of physical. It's going to be a fast, physical game. And I know this game has a lot of history, and it's the biggest rivalry in the state of Arkansas, and I'm just glad to be a part of it. And we've been working real hard the whole summer. We've been training, preparing for this game, and we hope, we can showcase our talent on Saturday. So come on out Saturday night, because it's a game that you do not want to miss at all.
All right, great job, guys. You two guys, I'm ready to strap it up and go hit somebody. I don't know, after listening to both of you guys. But give it up for our players. It's not easy to come in here and give that kind of a talk. All right, media, have any questions? And then we'll open it up if anybody in the audience has a question for the coaches or any of the players. So I know they're going to get a lot of their questions done in one-on-one time. But does anybody have a question they want to ask before we get out of here? Tony?
Just had a question about the quarterback situations on both teams.
Questions about quarterback situations on both teams.
If y'all figured, if you figured anything out on that, Coach.
I'll let you go first.
I want to hear your answer.
He's going to be taking notes. Which one's taking notes?
Honestly, we graduated a really good senior last year in Strand Smith, and we've had 3 guys competing for our spot all season and continuing that. Honestly, we haven't really established anything. Last week in our Little Rock Christian scrimmage, they were kind of up and down again. So right now we've got 3 guys: junior Gary Rideout, junior Klein Hooten, and senior Jack Woolbright. And just being completely honest, you'd love to see all 3 of them Saturday night, So that's just where we're at with that position right now.
Well, I think you see it on Saturdays too. Quarterbacks, if they don't play, they go somewhere else. And that's just the truth of it. Everything trickles down from the college ranks, and it's all over the state of Arkansas. It's all over the country. But, it's tough to be the quarterback. And what's tougher is to be second or third team quarterback. And we go through that. I think Conway's gone through it. Fayetteville's gone through it for years, and that's just part of the game now. It's part of the culture. And we've had some guys that went to other sports and that were in our backup roles. Our quarterback hurt himself in the scrimmage a little bit. He's a day-to-day guy. He could be a guy that could be back very soon. We're going to probably start out with a sophomore, Jordan Walker. I think he's really progressed, and he's very talented. It's just that he's a sophomore, and that's part of it. So he's got to grow up fast. But we anticipate playing 4 or 5 sophomores on Saturday in a key role. So it's just part of it. It's going to be what everybody else does around him. We moved a guy from linebacker to quarterback, and then we've moved a couple sophomores in there that were receivers and D-backs to quarterback. And we got the best quarterback coach in the state of Arkansas, and Coach Bach. And I feel good about where we're at. It is what it is. Something you can't fix overnight. It's just something that you have to deal with. But I think that if we can keep him from getting just beat up, I think the kid will do a great job. I think he'll play hard for us. He's a good decision maker, and maturity-wise, he's better than a sophomore. He's a guy that believes he ought to be there, and I think that's half the battle for him.
Other questions? All right. So the media guys, players, they're going to get with you individually. They want to talk with you. We're going to take a photo here in a moment with the trophy. It's kind of our annual tradition. We'll unroll the Recycle Saline banner and take a picture with all the players, coaches, and the Salt Bowl trophy. A couple of other things. You have a magazine at your table there. Take it with you. It's probably the most unique magazine in Arkansas, thanks to Saline County Lifestyles, who's done this edition. I don't even know how many years now, but it's probably the only one that has Bryant on one side and Benton on the other. So we appreciate Josh Elrod and their folks for all they do every year to help us promote the Salt Bowl. If you're still hungry, or if somebody at your office is going to be hungry, there are still plenty of hot dogs left. Stuart Norton over there with First Security, he'll be glad to let you take one with you. And again, thank you to First Security and Stuart and everybody on your team for being a part of this. We sincerely appreciate it. The other thing I'll mention, to pep rally tonight, but Friday morning on your way to the office, we'll be at Big Red. We'll be at the new location on Interstate 30 and Highway 5. So come by and see us. The Buzz, David Basil, Roger Scott, and R.J. Hawk. And I don't know if Justin Moore is going to be there or by phone, but the Buzz will be broadcasting live. The coaches will be coming by. Also Friday night, the first ever Big Red Battle of the B-Towns volleyball match between Benton and Bryant. Will be I think the JV game's at 5, guys. I'm looking at Coach Lee and Coach Nether. JV game's at 5. The varsity game for the trophy will be following that. So if you like volleyball, want to go out and support girls volleyball, they'll be at the Bryant, I call it the Bryant Old Gym, where Bryant used to play basketball, not that new arena. The old gym is where the volleyball match will be on Friday night. And then Saturday, we'll kick it off at 4 o'clock with the tailgate party. Did I forget anything else? All right. Thank you, Recycle Saline. Thank you, First Security. Thank you to all of you for being here today. Thank you to the Benton Bryant Chamber. We hope you have a blessed rest of your day, and we'll see you again next year for this. All right.